Hey guys, Patriot back once again to do a quick tabletop review of the Wolf Eyes Boxer. I'm going to pan out a little bit here, sit down and get started. Now I'm going to try to keep this to about 7 or 8 minutes, and so forgive me if I don't cover something, but I'd like to, I have a 10 minute limit on YouTube and would like to go out and use this attached to the video camera so that you can kind of see what it looks like. So anyhow, this is the world's smallest 24 watt HID light. The overall length on this light is, it's actually under 8 inches from the tip of the bezel to the very end of the tail cap. It's about 7 3/4 or 7 7/8 inches long. So very small, very short overall package. If you compare it to a current generation Surefire M6, you can see that the M6 is actually slightly larger, or you may be able to see that if I tilt these back a little bit. So slightly thicker tube on the Wolf Eyes, very slightly thicker, but shorter in length. Now at the head end of the flashlight, the Wolf Eyes is about 3 inches from outside to outside, whereas the Surefire is about 2.5. It probably looks like that, like more than that on the video footage here, but the difference is only 1/2 inch. So it's a great size package. Now this light has one major deficiency, at least in my book. A lot of people don't care, and that is the very cool color temperature. It's about 6,500 K. It might even be pushing 7,000, somewhere in that range. So you get a little bit more used to it with use. I'm not hypercritical of the color temperature, especially after you've been running the light for a little while. Your brain just kind of seems to adjust to everything. That's not to say that you don't have reduced usefulness because of that cool color temperature, but the brain does get used to it after a while. This light does have an adjustable head here for focus. It's a pretty wide range. I'm going to have to see here on the website what it is because I've actually forgotten. I believe it's 6 to 24 degrees. But before I leave you guys with that, I'd rather look. I hate giving out bad information. Okay, it says adjustable beam 10 to 21 degrees, so I'm glad that I looked. I don't know how accurate that is, but that's what's listed. Seems to be about right. 10 degrees on the narrow end, I'd say that's pretty accurate. As far as 21 degrees, I can't tell. I don't have that good of an eye, and I have no way of measuring it. So this side of the flashlight, of course, the model is a Boxer. It is 24 watts and it uses 168 type rechargeable batteries. Most enthusiasts know them by a different name, and that is 18650 batteries. Lithium-ion rechargeables. Whoops, pull that out there. I'm running 3 AW brand lithium-ion protected rechargeable batteries, and these are the newest type that AW sells, and these are 2600 milliamp hours. So the stock Wolf Eyes battery set of batteries gives me about just over 50 minutes. That's 50 minutes of runtime. These AW cells give me almost an hour and 5 minutes. That's a substantial increase. If you noticed that the light in here just reduced, that was because my power on board behind us finally ran out. I've made several takes here, several different videos, and it finally just coughed out on us. So let's go ahead and turn on my Polarian PH50 and make sure we've got lots of light here. No shortage now. Okay, so getting back to things, This light is fairly unique in that it uses a battery carrier. Now, I love the idea of a battery carrier on a light that only uses 2 or 3 cells. That's a great deal. A battery carrier on a Polarian, for example, that uses 8 cells, if you had to take all those batteries out and charge them one at a time, it would be kind of a pain. With these, you could take these out and charge them on any high quality charger. Yes, they'll charge in this carrier, but it doesn't balance out the cells perfectly, and so it's nice to pull these out and charge them on my high quality hobby grade charger, and that way I know my cells are maintained perfectly. So you can see I've got a rubber band, this Ranger band wrapped around here. This is just an inner tube. Kind of guarantees that I keep all the batteries tight against the carriage here, and I'm not going to have any contact failures from being jostled or bumped around. So that's all that is. And the switch here is pretty soft when it's not inside of the light, but when you put it behind this heavy duty rubber switch that the Wolf Eyes uses, it gives a great feel, a great amount of resistance and pressure. I really like the switch design on this light. So whereas my Microfire K3500 is a little too light, this one's just right. So I'll put this in here. The other thing that's great about that Ranger band, the battery doesn't rattle around. I don't like my equipment to rattle around, and that tightens everything up in there. So got a single O-ring seal on the back. Seems to be pretty sufficient for waterproofing. This isn't a waterproof light, but adds to the water resistance. Let's see, what haven't I covered? This is a orange peel, slightly orange peel, or a mild orange peel. I would actually consider it a light orange peel. Maybe slightly more than light. Somewhere between light and medium orange peel. So it actually throws very well. This light is rated at 1800 lumens, which seems to be pretty accurate. When I compare it to other lights on my lux meter, that seems to be about right. I used to think that figure was exaggerated, but turns out that it's pretty close. So kudos to Wolf Eyes for giving accurate figures there. You can see another 24 watt light, the AE light, this 24 watts. I actually bought this light and a previous boxer that I owned about the same time, and I love the quality and feel of the AE light, but it's putting out about 30% less output than this boxer, and it's using the same power plant, so to speak, 3 18650 cells in a proprietary pack in this light. So I'm not sure how Wolf Eyes managed to get the ballast and igniter and everything so compactly stuffed into this light, but they did. It seems to be reliable. My other light was. I sold it because sometimes you don't know why you sell things, you just do. But I'm actually glad that I picked up another one. This is a 3rd generation light with a 2nd generation tail cap. The 2nd generation light included some electronic upgrades. This light warms up faster. I think 2nd generation went to this crenulated bezel here. And the 3rd generation light, they changed the tail cap so that it actually has a guard around it. I prefer this tail cap. I like the looks of it better, and because of the resistance in the switch here, or I should say the spring pressure, it doesn't get turned on accidentally. I mean, you could if something pushed on it hard enough, but it's not likely that this is going to be turned on accidentally. So I don't think that the guarded tail cap is necessary. It makes it a little bit sharper edged in the pocket and adds a little bit of length to it. Well, we're coming up on 10 minutes here, so I'm going to stop the video, and apparently we're going to have to do a part 2. So stay tuned for part 2. Thanks. Bye.